How do strong women think differently? 1. Self-confidence. They trust their ability to learn, adapt, and overcome. They don't crumble under criticism or rejection, they use it as feedback, not as proof of failure. Strong women know who they are, flaws and all, and don't constantly apologize for being themselves. They don't seek perfection, they aim for progress. They don't need constant approval from others. Their sense of value comes from within, not from praise, likes, or status. They make decisions based on what aligns with their values, not just what's popular or expected. They aren't afraid to take the lead or say no when needed. They show up with a calm, grounded energy that makes others take notice, not because they demand attention, but because they're secure in themselves. She maintains eye contact and speaks clearly. She accepts compliments without deflecting them. She sets and enforces boundaries. She's open to learning. Confident people don't pretend to know everything. She uplifts others, not because she has to, but because she doesn't feel threatened by their success. 2. Resilience. They don't deny or avoid pain, they confront it. Whether it's personal loss, career setbacks, or emotional struggles, they show up and work through it. Strong women may fall, but they don't stay down for long. They give themselves time to heal, but they don't let setbacks define them. Instead of asking, "Why me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every challenge becomes a lesson in strength, patience, or self-awareness. Life rarely goes as planned. Resilient women stay flexible. They know when to shift direction without losing their sense of self or purpose. Having a why gives them energy to push through the hard times. Whether it's family, goals, healing, or justice, that deeper meaning drives their persistence. 3. Emotional intelligence. Understanding your emotions and how they affect your behavior. Strong women know when they're angry, stressed, or overwhelmed, and why. This helps them respond instead of react. Managing impulses and emotional reactions in healthy ways. They can pause before speaking, avoid outbursts, and stay composed in conflict. They don't suppress emotion, they channel it productively. Having a clear sense of internal drive and purpose. They don't rely on external rewards to stay committed. Emotional intelligence keeps them focused, even through doubt or hardship. Recognizing and understanding the emotions of others. Strong women listen well, pick up on nonverbal cues, and make others feel seen. They can disagree respectfully, without dismissing others' feelings. Navigating relationships, communication, and conflict with grace. They build trust, inspire others, and maintain healthy connections. They're not manipulative, they're emotionally honest and tactful. Whether in a career, community, or home, emotionally intelligent women lead with clarity and connection, not control. They know how to say no with kindness, and yes with conviction. They can diffuse tension, express concerns directly, and find common ground without drama. Emotional intelligence helps them treat themselves with the same care they give others. They don't take things personally. They give and receive feedback gracefully. They know how to hold space for others without carrying their emotional weight. They admit when they're wrong, and can apologize sincerely. They inspire calm, not chaos. 4. Independence. They don't wait for others to approve or tell them what to do. They weigh their options, consider the facts, and trust their judgment. They don't conform just to fit in. Their values, goals, and lifestyle choices come from within, not from cultural pressure or social trends. Whether it's finances, career, personal growth, or family, they don't expect others to take care of things for them. They're capable of managing their life, and when they ask for help, it's from a place of strength, not dependency. They enjoy solitude, reflection, and doing things on their own. Their happiness doesn't rely on being constantly surrounded by others or being in a relationship. They don't need constant reassurance to feel worthy. They're not afraid to walk away from unhealthy relationships. They don't lose themselves in trying to please others. They can love deeply and connect fully, but they never forget who they are in the process. 5. Assertiveness. They're not afraid to express disagreement, raise concerns, or share unpopular opinions. They say what they mean, and mean what they say, without being rude. They say no without apologizing or over-explaining. They don't allow guilt, manipulation, or pressure to make them bend on what's important. Whether in work, relationships, or family, they don't wait for others to guess their needs. They're clear about their expectations, and they communicate them with confidence. They address issues directly and respectfully. They don't avoid hard conversations. They know communication builds trust. 6. Authenticity. They've taken the time to understand their beliefs, values, strengths, and limits. They don't wear masks to fit in or gain approval. They show up as they are. They communicate with sincerity, not manipulation or pretense. They don't say things just to please others. They say what they truly think and feel. They're not trying to be flawless. They're trying to be real. They admit mistakes, accept flaws, and let others see their humanity. Their decisions reflect who they really are, not who others expect them to be. Whether in work, relationships, or life paths, they choose based on inner truth, not outer pressure. She's consistent in public and private, no masks. She honors her values, even when no one is watching. She doesn't try to impress, she connects. She has no interest in being perfect. She gives others permission to be themselves, just by being herself. 7. Growth mindset. Strong women don't avoid difficulties, they lean into them. To them, challenges are not threats to their identity but chances to evolve. When they fall short, they don't spiral into shame. Instead of asking, "Why did I fail?" they ask, "What can I learn?" They value progress over perfection. They know that small, consistent effort matters more than natural talent. Even if feedback is tough to hear, they don't take it as an attack. They use it as a tool to grow, not a reason to shrink. Life throws curveballs, but they stay adaptable. A bad moment doesn't become a bad identity, it becomes a lesson. She applies for a role she's not 100% qualified for, because she believes she can learn what she doesn't yet know. She ends a relationship that no longer supports her growth, because she refuses to stay stuck. She starts a business, fails, tries again, because failure is just part of the process, not the end. 8. Purpose-driven. They understand what drives them, whether it's family, community, creativity, justice, healing, or growth. Their goals are connected to something beyond ego or approval. They don't drift through life on autopilot or live to meet others' expectations. Every decision, from career moves to relationships, aligns with their values and bigger picture. Purpose gives them the emotional fuel to keep going when things get hard. They don't quit easily, because their actions are rooted in meaning. Purpose-driven women naturally uplift others, because they're tapped into something bigger than themselves. They often become mentors, leaders, or change makers. Summary of the traits of a psychologically strong woman. Self-confidence, resilience, emotional intelligence, independence, assertiveness, authenticity, growth mindset, purpose-driven. Takeaway. A strong woman isn't defined by how loud she speaks or how much she achieves, but by how deeply she knows herself, how bravely she lives her truth, and how kindly she treats herself through it all. True strength is inner work, built through confidence, resilience, self-awareness, and compassion. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real, grounded, and growth-minded in a world that often demands otherwise. Thank you so much for listening and being part of this journey into what makes a woman truly strong, from the inside out. If this inspired you or made you reflect on your own strength, don't forget to follow the channel for more empowering content. There's so much more to explore, grow through, and rise into, together. Until next time, stay grounded, stay bold, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.